Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to our Stationeers run. Mars research, lockdown, and so on. Oh, our potatoes seem to be going quite strong in there, which is good. Yeah, I've confused myself. We'll do the rounds for them at night, I suppose. Some concerns were raised about this machine. A few people a bit disappointed and all that. To be honest, I understand. I can share your concerns. That said, look at the area that it's going to cover to drill. People pointing out that, like, well, I think I'm gonna wire this in to get the ball rolling, to be perfectly honest. But if you were going to keep moving it, there was never going to be another choice. If you ever think about it, how would you power something like that? It's got to be battery powered. You can't just route it to the base. So yeah, we'll have to come up with a power system. I looked up solder is 1-to-1 iron to lead in the furnace, so it actually should be quite easy to make. You know what? I'm going to let this vent. Just because it's probably a smart move at this point. But yeah, I'm curious about with digging this down. So a few thoughts. I get the idea that it digs down to the bedrock, or almost down to the bedrock. So you drill a bloody big hole deeper than I could ever. Like I'm assuming it's very deep. I've never really dug deep in this game. So I'm sort of hedging on the idea that it's going to hit some ore at some point. That's sort of my mentality. It occurs to me though, ground penetrating radar, which we've used, is quite shallow. It only goes so deep. So it's kind of useless in the application of this. So I think to myself about this gameplay loop of like drilling core samples, my limited experience with all that sort of geographical surveying. Geez, that takes me back a very long time. But like, there's no way to probe down to the bedrock an ore sort of profile for this. So what I'm getting at is the application is to bloody install this willy-nilly in random spots. Even if you ground penetrated the surface, that doesn't help this machine. You could dig the stuff with the ground penetrating radar. So you're just going to install this in random spots and drill straight down and hope for the best. It's a bit strange. Perhaps they should actually have some sort of coring device, like a little machine. Maybe it can be expensive to make or something, that maybe it fires or it drills like a tiny little needle down and radars it or something like that. I think maybe they need a survey tool that can give you a picture down to bedrock of what's there. That's just a thought on the fly, because at the moment it's just a random hole digger and you're going to fingers crossed hope for the best. I don't want to speak too soon. We'll put it into application. I'm going to go in and do my rounds now. And then we'll have to dig up some copper in the morning. Right. So, it's going to be warm in here. Oh yeah, warmish. Are you guys grown? Yeah, you are. You're grown. Okay, so our action's on, you know, to get into a good system. Ah, bugger, I need to replace that battery, hey. Should be harvest. Immediately harvest, right? Right, and then I think we'll attempt to normalize the room, like reset the room first. So we'll set it to outward. Oh, excuse me. Geez, that's not a lot colder. In fact, that's not cold enough. Yeah. Let's put these potatoes away. Oh, we've got too many potatoes. That's cool. Good problem to have. Alright, so air's too hot and our pressure's pretty good, so we can afford to vent this and draw in, oh, excuse me, quick little tickle. We're going to draw in some air We can probably just let that run for a little moment. We don't really have a battery on hand to switch out that other one. Alright, you know what? That's probably enough for the moment. Oops. That's good. Pressure's all right as well. To like, that's fine. So that should. There you go. Perfect. All right. Well, that you know what, that was a pretty low effort. Everything got resolved sort of scenario. I don't think there's any real benefit of keeping the air from here, you know? So we'll just sort of rejig it each time. Okay, that's cool. We might... You can put these potatoes no dramas like that. So we've got a full stack of potatoes. Geez, which might work out if we run out of... No, we've got a little bit of a cereal bar here. And that's the last one. So look, we can... Oh, no. Look at that. We've got 2 more up there. We can eat raw potatoes. That should be fine. That will sustain us. But cooking them in a microwave just makes it a non-issue for all time. But it looks like our system's working fairly well. Alright. So the next issue will be getting copper. I can't wait to get this miner up and running because it's so dark out there. It's just not a thing looking for copper. We've got 2 ingots there. That's not going to do it. I mean... We could pull the power controller out. I like the redundancy. But so far we've been getting away with it all right, you know? But will we even have enough cable if I do that? I could maybe scrap a bit of cable from there. We can make 4 cable there. So what I'm saying is if I pulled that power controller out and attempted to attach it to here, like what is the shortest route that I could do? We'd have to loop 1, 2, 3 maybe. We might be able to do it in 3 cable. Yeah, we could do it in 3 cable. And I'm going to need a 4th bit of cable to cover this gap that I create. Oh, we are cutting it fine. Let's do it. You'll see what I'm... If you're not following, you'll see. Alright. Am I totally out of cable, actually? I can't remember. I should check. No, I've still got 2. Alright, well that's not so bad. But let's cook it all up anyway. It's not like I could... No, I can't stretch it all the way. Yeah, look, we'll attempt to use a power controller. Just, again, we want to see what happens. Alright, so we'll plonk that there. Like so. Charging is going to be a bum. Actually, oh, you know what? I need to rig in a battery charger. That's what I need to do. I could use an extra bit of cable there. Yeah, we could do that. I'll just take the charge now for that. Come on. That's still sitting on green when it took that to full charge. Alright, so what I'll do, because that maneuver I did just then to move battery charge between batteries, actually something quite important for us to be able to do. But I believe we start with a battery bank. There it is up there. Alright. How are we going to do this? Yeah, right, we could do it like that. I'm trying to be very frugal with these cables. Alright, get that wire cutter. Right, so hypothetically we could, where's a half empty, oh here you go. Whoops. We take a battery, put it in the charger, turn it on, and it should draw just fine, and our grid's still good. Perfect, that's what we want. So that sort of battery piggybacking redundancy is now addressed. You know, we might as well just draw that power now and see if we can make it up with the grid. Alright, so we'll plug that power controller in. Gotta help me, I'll just put it like that. There we go, we can turn that off. Now, can we attach this to this machine? That's what I was hoping for. Apparently, we cannot. Shit. Yeah, look, it doesn't look like it's going to take it on anywhere.
Power low.
So as part of this whole system, we're actually going to have a wall or a... We could probably do it like... Oh, actually... Probably do that. I'll go swap my battery now. Don't want to mess around with this sort of stuff. Of course it's not fully charged because I've been messing around. But I'll take that charge over that. That's cool. So what we're going to do... This should actually attach somewhere here now, right? Maybe not. Oh, I saw green for a sec. Hang on. Oh. Okay. Geez, that's strange. Because of the new way that walls seem to be working, you know? Alright, that's too fiddly, so we're not going to do that. But I will need an iron sheet, because we'll construct it up to the next level. Alright. I will weld this.
Jetpack on.
Much better. Wow, that's coming up yellow. Does that technically plug straight in if I do that? It looks like it, doesn't it? I think we've got to go the other way around to feed power in. Does that work without cable? I guess. Maybe it does. Oh, that's exciting if that's the case. Ooh, okay. Hey, if it works. Alright, maybe it doesn't work. That's okay. That's okay. Wishful thinking. Let's pop that battery there. No, what I want is the drill, I think. Yeah, it should pass through power that way, right? Yeah. Hey! Here we go. You gonna do something? Oh, look at it go. Oh, sweet. How cool is this? Pretty big hole. And it's still on green power, so it seems to be fairly power efficient. That's not bad, to be honest. Look how much digging it's done on that power. We could put a bigger battery in it. And rigging that power supply onto it wasn't actually that big a deal. Yeah, it's still on green. Now, I'm curious how it deposits ore, because it seems to have a chute there. So does it just bloody dribble it out? Well, there we go. There's some oxygen ore. Which it just missed. So the hole size that it's digging as well looks like it's actually 2 unit squares as well, which is really fascinating. Now I've run out of things. Let's angle grind this one. Oops. Don't fall in the hole, Scarlet. Yeah, look at that. It's perfectly a 2x2 hole. That's good. That's good for your idiosyncratic. Still on green power. There we go. The efficiency is something else. So we could build a whole bloody farm of these things and just dig the whole world up, right? Hypothetically. How's all that going? I should have probably kept that closed to... Oh, Oh, it's gone to night time now, actually, so I'll leave it open. Nice, okay.
Jetpack on.
Right, we're going so deep that I can't see what's going on. Cool, and I can't think, apart from running the power controller thing, you could, like, there are fixed batteries that you can build, but that won't really give us what we want. Because you'd have to get the charge into the fixed battery somehow, right? Why is that red? Red means there's draw. What's drawing on this system? That's strange. Okay, well, this is good progress. I'm really happy with that. So what do we do next? Well, I'm going to eat some food because I'm going to starve if I don't pay attention. Well, I guess this is where you start to really think about your economy of effort. Do we shore up our drilling operation? I mean, I guess the answer is yes, because we don't have enough copper right now, so we probably want to make more of these. There aren't any other batteries to... Like, I'm wondering if there's a handle on this thing. You know how you eject ore from...
Jetpack on.
Right, the battery finally turned yellow. I'm happy to just let it run, to be honest. At this point, if it's digging up any ore, I have no idea. Yeah. I wonder if it'll hit max depth before it runs out of battery. Pretty cool stuff. Alright. You reckon they're done? I think so. Okay. Back to it then, I guess. Tell you what, we're having a much smoother run cooking up our potatoes than the moon. I guess that helps having the passive atmosphere. I think there was actually some stuff in this. I guess not. And draw in some cold air. Yeah, right. So our food's good, but we're using power, obviously, as a cooling system. That's what this is. So we probably need more power. We're going to need more power. Yeah, so I think the sensible thing right now would be getting more out of our power grid. So we might want to focus in on getting that logic system complete. $20 and 20 kPa. That's a little troubling. So what we might actually do, we don't want to lose this air here because we don't want to lose the pressure. So we'll drain it down to that. We'll open up and we'll draw in some more cold air. Oh man. 16. I think 18 kPa is still going to be alright. Let's find out. Yeah, they're happy at low pressure. Nice. But we want to keep that. So we'll go set inward. And to be honest, we'll just sort of we'll contain that. I don't necessarily need to cool that anymore. Like the amount of, we're drawing in enough cool air at night to normalize it anyway, so we don't need to do any funny business. So just keeping those doors closed keeps everything consistent. Okay, so
Jetpack on.
currently flashing in error. Wonder why that is. We'll see if this recalls it. Oh, okay, look at that. So it must collect ore in its nozzle and put it through that machine there. Is it functioning? Can we hear it? Can't tell if those cables are moving. Like, do we have to turn it off at the mains to recall it? I wonder. We're gonna give it a go. Oh, God help me. I'm thinking about going in that hole. Alright, I've turned all the power off. What if I turn this back on? Will it still flash error? Okay, no, there's no error now. What is going on down there? Got a red light. What if I restart this? And then turn it off maybe. How do I recall you, miner? Alright, we're going to turn this whole thing off. I don't want to do this. There's nothing to be scared of. What is that? Is that bedrock that we've hit? Is that the idea, I think? Jeez, look at this hole. Holy shit. At least if I pull that out. I think that's... Does that hurt me? I think that's the bottom of the world. Okay, so I think maybe what's happened is we've hit the bottom of the world, so it stops. And we didn't actually draw up any ore. Like, even though we got dangerously close to some ice. Okay, cool. Geez, that is quite deep. But not that deep. I thought it might be deeper, but that's fine. Oh, well, that's cool. Look at that. And it didn't use up an entire battery's charge. So I guess the actions on now would be to deconstruct this, move it across, and do another dig, basically. I wonder how it's going to handle with, like, ice and volatiles that melt in ambient air. It seems that it does hold them in the nozzle and then puts them through there. So I might actually be able to time when I get it to crunch my ore. Very exciting. Nice. All right, well, hey, the experiment's not quite done, but we've made some progress. We obviously didn't get any ore from that hole, but we can actually tactically move it over because we've seen the edge of that ice. If we put it over here, we will get something for sure. So, very exciting times. Anyway, team, thanks again for joining me. We might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you on the next one.